Hi, my name is Dana Sterling. I'm the Director of Technical Ski Services at Sturtevant's of Sun Valley. So welcome back. In this segment we're going to discuss basic waxing application and theory. Wax is an essential lubricant to protect your skis from damage caused by friction from the snow. Regular waxing will make your skis faster and more durable as the season goes on. Waxes are made in different formulations to work with different types of snow conditions and snow temperatures. Choosing the right wax can be confusing, so be sure to ask your coach or local shop tech for making sure you have the right glide wax for the day's conditions. When in doubt, err on the side of waxing colder than warmer. Tools and supplies needed for waxing are as follows: set of vices, proper iron, your waxes, your base cleaner, roll of masking tape, scrapers, a scraper sharpener, brushes, hand brushes or roto brush depending on your skill level, and your personal protection equipment. Before beginning the application process, make sure you're using your personal protection equipment. This includes gloves, a minimum of an N95 mask, eye protection, a shop apron, and or dedicated wax clothing that doesn't wind up in your living space. Start by fixing your vices to your bench. Take the ski, put it on top of your vices, base side up, so it's supporting both the tip and the tail of the ski. With the ski secure on the vices, we're going to take an applicator, some base cleaner. We're going to wipe the bases down first before we apply any new wax. We want to remove dirt and contaminants because dirt is not fast. Next step is to make sure we wipe all the base cleaner and any leftover dirt off the base. Then we're going to take some strips of masking tape, apply it to the sidewalls to cover the bindings. With a good quality masking tape, you can reuse it several times. Alright, so next, grab your iron, set your temperature on your iron according to the temperature indicated on the wax packaging. Take special care not to use too high of an iron temperature. You can damage the wax and potentially damage the ski by doing so. If you're not sure about the proper iron temperature, ask your coach or your local shop tech. One small tip: always use an iron temperature setting 10% lower than what's indicated on the wax packaging. Next, make sure your iron is clean from dirt and other contaminants, and examine it to make sure there aren't any scratches on it that could potentially damage your base. An iron can be cleaned using various fine abrasives, followed by either base cleaner and or wax. Clean base, clean iron. Now you're ready to wax, so grab your wax bar and either crayon or drip the wax onto the ski base. I prefer to use the crayon method to get the wax on the ski evenly for distribution. Now that you've applied the wax to the base, take your iron, hold it long way, the back of the iron pointing towards the tail of the ski. Notice the back of the iron has a little bevel on it. That's designed to help spread and distribute the wax evenly over the ski. Apply your iron to the ski using that bevel by slightly tipping the iron and using a nice, quick pass. Not too slow, not too fast. We don't want to burn the bases. On a side note, if you're using a middle vise, make sure that the ski isn't clamped down on that while you're applying heat to the ski. Now that the wax is on the ski, let it dry for a while at room temperature. Scraping off warm wax is just going to pull the wax you just put in off. The ski needs to cool at room temperature until it's good and firm. Do not set it outside in the cold, as this too will expel wax from the ski that you just put in. Once the wax is dry, grab yourself a good scraper, inspect the edges for any nicks or scratches that could damage your base, Sharpen as needed. Now we're going to scrape the dried wax from the ski, being careful not to use too much pressure as to damage the base and detune your base edge by applying too much pressure. With the wax scraped off the ski, it's now time to brush. A more skilled hand can use a roto brush followed by a series of hand brushes. First, make sure and put on your personal protection equipment. If you don't have a roto brush, you can use hand brushes, starting out with a combination of steel, which is coarse, nylon, which is medium, and horsehair, which is fine. When brushing, it's important to note there's a directional arrow on the brush. Always move the brush in that direction. When using a brush without an arrow on it, take a Sharpie and mark it. Make sure you always use the brush in the same direction. Brushing leaves wax in the ski while removing it from the surface. Next, let's remove our tape. Set it aside so we can reuse it if you want to. And let's clean up any wax that might have dripped along the sidewall or the top sheet using a really soft plastic scraper, being careful that you don't detune your edges. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to talk to your coaches, ask your local shop tech if you need any information or if you need to procure any supplies or tools.